What's up, guys? It's Hyson the Giraffe Reader. I'll be competing this weekend on the UFC Fight Pass Invitational on December 10th, this weekend in Las Vegas. I feel super excited, always competing on the UFC Fight Pass Invitational. Super cool organization, super cool everything. It's like super professional. Everything is by far one of the coolest organizations I've competed for. I'm super excited, and as usual, I'm looking forward to putting on the show for the fans and making it an exciting match. My opponent this weekend is Mason Fowler. Oh man, Mason Fowler, he's been around for a while now. ADCC veteran, almost I think 2019 or something. He made it to like the top 8, I believe, was it? Yeah. And last ADCC had a first round, I believe, a submission win. He's been around, man. Like, he's competing on top of all those like top events. Obviously the last tournament of the UFC Fight Pass, he ended up winning, becoming the champion, the absolute champion. So, and interestingly, even though we've been in the same brackets, we never really got to compete against each other. I believe last time we almost went against each other. He got injured, and I believe Bodani had to step in for him. But I've always been looking forward to. I feel like our style match up real well, and I've always been looking forward to the match. So when I saw the opportunity, I reached out and I got it. And I know it's a high-level competitor, so am I. So it's gonna be a good show. I already know what I want to do, and I don't know where the fight. I don't know where the fight is gonna go. But I feel like this time, spending a lot of time on a lot of my weakness here, I think I'm kind of ready wherever the fight goes. If we decide to stand or wrestle, there's a lot of tricks in my bag. If I somehow end up on my back, a couple of stuff I'm gonna do from there. So I just feel comfortable from everywhere, man. I'm not just gonna have just one thing to do. Wherever the fight goes, I'm confident I'll wrestle him. If it's the passing sequence, I'm gonna pass the guard. If it's from the guard, I'm gonna get attacks from there. So wherever the fight goes, I'm comfortable, and looking forward to Sunday. I believe Nicky Rod is going against Yuri Simons. That's another, I believe he's a teammate of Mason Fowler. And Yuri also is another, tough guy. He's been around. He's been ADCC champion, I believe, and he won the last 2022, the absolute champion. So to have that kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Accomplishment as an athlete. That means he's a badass. And I train with Nicky Rod all day. I see his preparation. I know what it feels like going against him, and I don't see anybody slowing him down, man. He's gonna kill it. And Nicky Ryan, man, just a fucking magician. He just figured something out, He's the most athletic, non-athletic person I know. Oh my God. So I'm not worried, man. He's gonna get it done. Let's go. I think it's super cool, just going through the training camp, seeing your other teammates training, preparing for the same event. For me, since joining B Team, I think this is one of the coolest events. Having multiple guys competing on one of the highest level of grappling. So it helps. It motivates me just seeing how they move. It motivates me, in a lot of ways to go out there. It feels like we're going into battle together, and that's super cool feeling. It motivates me, and super excited for this weekend. All right, guys, competing this weekend on the UFC Fight Pass. You can catch or stream the action live on the UFC Fight Pass. It's gonna be great fights, great events, a lot of great shows. Don't miss it. Tune in.
bteamjj.shop. Beat the cold with BT merch.
What's up, guys? I'm Nicky Ryan. This upcoming weekend on December 10th, I'll be facing Jonatas Gracie for the UFC Fight Pass Invitational. I'm very excited to compete on the UFC Fight Pass Invitational. This will be their first event that I've done. Obviously I've had fellow teammates, Nicky Rod, Haysam, Craig, that have all done the event before, and I've been to them to corner. It always looks super good. They do a great job with production, and it's a great match. So I'm very excited. I've never competed against Jonatas before, but it's definitely going to be a tough match. He's definitely a lot bigger than me. I think he normally competes at around 185. So he'll definitely have the size advantage. You know, he's strong. He's more of a gi guy. He just recently started getting into to no gi, but he looked very impressive in his match against Taza. So for this match, I plan to actually wrestle a bit again. I feel like whenever I wrestle in competition, it's not the same as when I wrestle in the gym. So I really want to get more comp time wrestling. So my plan is to wrestle, put him down, and, you know, get the sub before it goes to overtime. Yeah, so Nicky Rod versus Yuri is a rematch. I believe they're 1-1 against each other. Nicky Rod beat him at WNO, and Yuri beat him at ADCC. I think Nicky Rod has improved a lot and has become much more well-rounded. You know, he had never really played guard when he faced Yuri both times. And then, you know, at the last quintet, we saw Nicky Rod pull his guard out, and it looked pretty impressive. So I think Nicky Rod's much more well-rounded, and I definitely think he'll be able to submit him this time. So the next one is, you know, Mason Fowler versus Haysam. Another super interesting match. You know, Mason's very good at, you know, EBI rule set, and I feel like that's his best rule set. But this time it's actually an ADCC overtime, so it's 10-minute sub only, 5-minute ADCC overtime. And Haysam's, you know, very good on the feet. He's got very good counter wrestling and very good judo. So I could see Haysam winning this one in OT if it goes there. Yeah, so we got a pretty decent crew going out. You know, we got me against Dranatis. We got Nicky Rod having a rematch against Yuri. And then we have Haysam stepping in last minute against Mason Fowler. You know, I always love going out to these events and competing alongside my teammates. I just feel like it brings a good energy to the event. Make sure you guys tune in on December 10th. You can watch me, Nicky Rod, and Haysam compete on UFC Fight Pass. If you guys are in Las Vegas, it's at the Apex. If you want to go there in person, make sure you get your tickets. If you're watching it at home, again, it's on UFC Fight Pass, so check it out.
What's up, y'all? It's Nicky Rod, aka the Black Belt Slayer, aka the Natty King. I'll be competing December 10th on UFC Fight Pass in Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm very excited to be competing on the UFC Fight Pass Invitational. I'll be returning to a stage where I was previously extremely successful. As the reigning defending UFC Invitational champion, I feel it's my duty to absolutely dominate my coming opponent. As for myself, this is going to be a rematch. Yuri and I have met a couple of times on the jiu-jitsu match. First time when I was something like a blue belt or purple belt, I was able to pass his guard multiple times. In a dominant fashion, I won that match. Second match goes to a very boring draw, and I'll do my best to make sure this match is not boring. I plan to be completely offensive the entire time, to be attacking in various ways, and to again show a very dominant style of jiu-jitsu. My path to victory is similar to my other victories. In high school, I learned a phrase that my wrestling coach taught me, and it's called "put their dicks in the dirt." And that's exactly what I'm going to do to Yuri. I'm going to grab his dick, and I'm going to stomp in the dirt, and that's how I'm going to win. The B team is going to battle. We're flying across the country, going to engage in an element of war. Similar to the Vikings crossing the ocean, going to do battle in England, we find our own war, our own battle in Las Vegas, Nevada. Myself, Nicky Ryan, Haysam Rita, each with our own adversaries, we have one goal and one goal only, and that is to dominate and come out victorious. Nicky Ryan versus Janatis Gracie. You know, Gracie's a cool last name. Nicky Ryan also has a cool name. I'm very confident in Professor Ryan to go out there and win in a dominant fashion. I know that Nicky has the ability to wrestle, to pull guard, to enter legs, to off bounce and sweep an opponent practically at will. Although his opponent is very weathered in the sport of jiu-jitsu, I'm sure he's strong and somewhat technical. I'm very confident in Nicky Ryan's ability to overcome all of his opponent's techniques and win as he pleases. Haysam Rita versus Mason Fowler. Mason is a is a very weathered opponent in the sport of jiu-jitsu, as is Hyson Rita, both 80cc veterans. I'm looking forward to an intense battle. I'm anticipating this to be more of a wrestling match on the feet, and may the best man win. December 10th on UFC Fight Pass. Get the app, enjoy the show.
What's up, guys? If you like this video, let us know in the comments what you thought. And if you have something funny to say or want to talk some shit, let us know. We like to see it.